hold on tight, spider monkey.
As if you could outrun me!
It's more than some crush, Bella.
How? I don't even know what you're saying. How?
Well, I hope you enjoy this one.
All right.
Ooh. You see that? I was in here and I was... Ooh.
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 What are you doing?
This. Ooh. Ooh.
This is one that I don't think I can explain.
All right. Let's
just hop into it.
Okay, yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to my Twilight Fantasy podcast.
Did the thing play?
Yes. Ho, the earphone is in your ear.
I didn't hear it.
Should we start over?
Really?
No, we don't have to. But I just...
Don't just play it over us talking.
Yeah. I'm just sort of depressed.
All right. Hey, guys. We're going to play the intro again for Tyree. Ready?
Yeah.
You better hold on tight, spider monkey.
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah, can you not?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, here, take this one.
I am not about to play our intro.
Yeah, this one is just broken, but that's fine. We only need one person to monitor it, really.
Ah-ha-ha.
So you missed it again?
I did.
Maybe we should start over?
No. They're getting all three intros.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
You better hold on tight, spider monkey.
It's more than some crush, Bella.
How? I don't even know what you're saying. How?
Well, I hope you enjoy this.
All right. You satisfied?
I am satisfied. Thank you.
Good. Well, that's how you know it's going to be a rough one.
Yeah, guys, just a heads up. Fuck this chapter.
Damn.
Oof. We just lost 6 subscribers.
It's fine.
They're like, this is one of the juiciest
Wait,
chapters.
did we ever talk about the one, hater we got?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Look, we welcome feedback of all types. But we lost someone on our first episode.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
And they were pissed.
Yeah, I think they're like, you don't remember any of it. It was...
it was the first chapter.
Yeah, they were upset that we remembered the movie wrong or something like that.
And it's not even that. We were literally just reading it as if that was the first chapter that we read, low-key. But then it was just like, of course, we are reading the chapters as we go. And it's been a grip since anyone has watched or, read Twilight, so...
Yeah,
Except Anna. Hadn't you been watching it?
Not recently.
Okay. So we really were starting from, just memories.
Yeah.
But even in the book, they don't really... Or movie, I'm sorry. She just talks about dying in someone's place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just like last week. Okay, so reference for people who are listening. Someone complained that our very first episode where we talk about was it the prelude?
I pulled it up.
Well, we don't want to shout them out.
We're not going to shout them out. I'll just say what they
them.
said.
Okay, yeah. So this is on the first episode about the intro to the book.
The preface.
Prelude's at the end, right?
I don't know. That's the epilogue in this book, but
What the fuck
I'm not
is
sure
a
what
prelude?
that word means, to be
I
honest.
think that's a musical term.
Maybe.
Na, 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 na. Prologue.
No.
Prologue.
Na 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 no.
No. No. No. We are not.
But look
singing.
at me. Look
No.
at me.
I'm the captain. No. I am the captain. I am always the captain.
No, I am the captain.
I am the captain.
Do you even know how to dock a boat?
Yeah.
No.
I took sailing lessons last summer.
This is last
What?
summer. I am the captain.
did.
No way.
Swear to God.
When we worked at the same place?
Yeah. When?
When?
I went on vacation to South Carolina and I took 3 sailing lessons that week.
Wow.
And I sailed a boat in the ocean. It was super fun.
Wow, wish I
You
had that
really
free
didn't
time.
need to flex on us like that.
I don't know if that's a flex, but
Free time
it
is a
makes
flex.
me a fucking captain.
It doesn't. I am the captain.
I'm the captain always.
Don't think so. Anywho,
What were we even
non-captain.
talking about?
We were talking about...
Oh, our hater.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, so I'm going to be reading it since I keep it PG.
What? No, let me read it then.
You want to read the F words? All right.
She says the F word?
Yeah, twice. In the first... She hasn't even got past the first sentence.
Oh, I love it. Let me read it. All right. Non-PG version. This is so funny already. Okay. I'm going to try to sound as mad as possible.
Oh, no.
Oh my... Oh, wait.
Good.
I said, okay. OMG, you don't fucking remember the fucking story. She's dying in the place of her mom because she got tricked and thought James would release her mother after she arrives, not fucking Edward. The deer, it's blood to the vegetarian's vampire. Just like Bella, it's for the normal ones. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. I was really confused about it.
It's not deer and not woman. It's blood equals blood. I can't hear this anymore. Sorry.
Yeah. As in, like, I'm never listening again.
Yeah, listen here, Karen.
Hold on a second. All right, so we're going to pretend like that didn't happen. What are you looking at?
Oh, somebody I used to go to school with.
Instagram nudes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Twilight.
Let's.
Yeah. Oh.
So, we're talking about chapter 20 this week, and it's called Impatience.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have the overview for it. It's already making static noises. I think you need to put your phone away from the mic. I think that's what causes it. Or, I don't know. I have lots of theories.
Yeah.
Dupe. Okay, so, yeah, chapter 20, it's called Impatience. I'm going to dive into the overview and then we can talk about it. So the first thing I wrote was very little happens in this chapter.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very little. So, this is after the hunt. This is after them making up their plan. She leaves Charlie. She heads out with Jasper and Alice. So, Bella awakes in a hotel room in Phoenix after fleeing Forks, like I said, with Alice and Jasper. And they're to hide out there and wait in that room until they hear from Edward and Carlisle, and I think Emmett, that the tracker, has been taken care of. The majority of this chapter is the three of them waiting around and Bella's constant worrying, her inner monologue. And at one point, while Bella has Alice to herself, she asks how one becomes a vampire. And against Edward's wishes, Alice tells her. And then later in the chapter, Alice has a vision that indicates the tracker has changed course that's leading him to a mirrored room, in a dark room. And that's when they receive a call finally from Edward and Carlisle that confirms that the tracker has lost them and is headed in a new direction. Alice sketches out the mirrored room in her vision, which Bella recognizes as a ballet studio where she took lessons when she was younger. And now that they're thinking that the tracker is headed to Phoenix, Bella calls her mother and leaves a message to call her back before she tries to come home or really does anything in attempts to keep her mother safe. And then the chapter ends with Bella kind of fading back into sleep. Riveting.
I'm sorry, you said the first thing you wrote was that there wasn't anything in this chapter, and the first thing I wrote was, did Meek Mill get the title Dreams and Nightmares from Twilight?
Say that again?
No.
Because it's literally, like, in the first page. He's like, she says, like, Dreams and Nightmares, and I was just like, because that's the song where it's like, all I know is murder, that I've been, yeah. I'm sorry, it wasn't really relevant.
I feel like
decided to
Dreams
say
and
it.
Nightmares is, like, a super cliche thing. That's an issue that I have with a lot of this book, is that, like, this is all based on cliches. It draws from cliches, it uses cliches, and Dreams and Nightmares is just another example of that.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have said one or the other right there, that would have been fine. This is not good writing.
Well, yeah, we know. Sorry to already go off topic, but so I've started having really vivid dreams again.
Same.
So I've been not sleeping a lot. And when I do sleep, I have extremely vivid nightmares or dreams. Last night, I don't know what it was, but I had a dream about a massive sex cult.
To my chastity belt, that sounds scary.
It was scary, like they were killing people and shit, but like we all worshipped the one guy. And the one guy, he's an actor, and he was on Mad Men. He was the leader. But he's like 60-something.
It's always a 60-something-year-old guy
Who runs a cult?
who runs a sex cult every
Yeah.
time.
They always get ya. Sorry, that was just my little tidbit. But I woke up this morning just like, that was weird.
Yeah.
I had a really weird dream last night, too. Do you want to hear about it?
Yes, I do. I love dreams.
It was... I was, like, alone, and I didn't know if anyone else was, like, home for when I was, like, getting ready to go to bed finally last night. And I just had, like... I'm normally, like, somewhat afraid. Athens, where I live, is known... Like, there are lots of stories about how it's so haunted and this and that. And there are, like, scary things in my house that I've, like... just suppress the memory of that and just act like I'm not afraid, but I'm normally pretty afraid of the dark, and I know that people can probably see into my bedroom at night, and so I'm just like always feeling weird around that time, and I was feeling extra like on edge for some reason last night, so I went to sleep and I had a dream about like a demon infestation.
Cool.
Yeah. And I was not even in my house in my dream. I was somewhere else. I don't know where, but like my house doesn't have a garage, but I was like in a garage and there were lots of boxes around and I felt like a presence and I was really scared, and then I saw things start moving and I started like screaming, but I couldn't, like nothing I could do would like get the demon to like go away.
Right.
And then I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna just not move right now because I'm too horrified and it's still the middle of the night, you know?
Yeah.
I had a dream.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It was... I can't remember the context, but it was... I knew where I was at. I was out in the middle of the ocean on a little boat. And I'm thinking, like... Now, I don't know what type of dreaming it was, but I was thinking, like, okay, great, my guy's going to show up at the end of my dream. But I, like, looked over, and he's in front of me rowing. And that's the first time it's been a change in scenery. So, like, this is the first time I haven't seen him in the hayfield. Or not the hayfield, but the wheat field. And he's, like... And then, like, we literally had a conversation. But, like, it was just, like, him saying... He's just, like, the drowning's only temporary. And then he was just, like... He was like, it was, like, the drowning was going to be temporary. And then he said there's something after. And then he, like... And then, like, we, like, sat there for a second. He, like, stopped rowing the boat. And he's like, now don't be scared. And then flips the boat over. And then I ended up drowning. And I,
Classic.
like... Yeah, but this time I, like, let it play through. And I think that was more because I used to have, like, sleep apnea when I was younger. But, like, I let it play through. And then, like, when I woke up, it was, like, I felt really refreshed. So... I don't know, but, like, we talked on that boat longer. It was just... The things I was able to remember and take away from it was the... Like, the drowning really temporary, there's something after. Now don't be scared. And then, yeet. But yeah. That was my dream.
That's horrifying. I noticed that you texted me, or maybe you Snapchatted me pictures of the drawing of this recurring scary figure in your dreams. That was really cool to see.
Yeah, I didn't...
So now I'm, like, analyzing your dream. I'm trying to... Because I really... like dream studies and shit like that. I listen to podcasts about it and it's really, really interesting, and I don't know.
I looked it up, sort of. I did the whole drowning thing, because typically it says when you're drowning you feel like you're being like suffocated and you feel like you don't have a lot of room to move, like in your daily life, and you're like really stressed out. And that's what drowning like signifies or whatever. Yeah. But then I was just like, but I dream about a field and drowning at the same time.
Yeah.
And then it was just like a field represents like openness and freedom in your dreams and all that. And so I was starting to put together, like, maybe it's like, yes, I am drowning now and I'm stressed out now, but there's always a bright side, which was like the field, which is why I'm not scared of the guy in my dream. Because he's basically saying that I'm supposed to be like joining him like later though. So that's why I was like... even though my mom is convinced that Homeboy is a demon, but I don't think he is.
Demons would... Well, so that's like a... Not to get too deep in this, but I've been watching a lot of the Long Island Medium recently, and I read her book back in college just because it was interesting. And one of the things that, you know, you see a lot in demonology podcast, or like, you know, how we listen to horror podcasts and stuff like that, They talk about a lot of the time mediums think they're speaking to those who have passed over, but it's actually like demons who are kind of trying to play tricks on them and whatever.
And like trick you into being receptive to them.
Yeah. So that you kind of just play more into their energy.
Mm.
And now that I'm watching the Long Island Medium, it's like she brings these like beautiful gifts of healing to people, but it's, I mean, you just don't know. You don't know anything. Like, what is that? I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's just to go along with that. Maybe that's like not a demon. Maybe it's your guardian angel or something.
Yeah, and I noted to my mom when I used to have sleep apnea, like they used to make Bingo sleep in my room, my old dog, because like when I would stop breathing, he would wake me up. So it was, and like before the guy in the dream, he didn't talk then, but then after Bingo died, the guy started talking. So it was like,
Yikes.
is like the person Bingo, or did he stop talking because my dog guardian
Yeah.
is gone now? So that's what I tried to like put two and two together, but she, like, my mom was like, I still think it's a demon.
Maybe you should have Gus sleep with you, because I feel like he would protect you even better.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like he wouldn't let me go to sleep. He would I would like lay, like, cause I'll try to go to sleep and he'll like literally like take his paw and just like, but like he's not like a scratcher. He's more like, I'm gonna step on your effing face. Yeah. Like I'm gonna like put all 4 paws just on your face.
That's such a pit bull thing to do.
I'm like,
Gretchen does that, and that's how my face got like tore up that one time.
I'm like, what are you gaining from this? What are you trying to do? You are not small.
Yeah.
Or like my favorite thing is when he'll go sit on my bed and then fart and then like he'll like look around and the effing smell lingers. I always have to like wash my sheets because I'm pretty sure he like sharts. And I'm like, oh my god, no, you got to get out of here, fam.
Yuck.
Yeah, I never see anything, but like I'm pretty sure like juice or something came out. Like crap, It's just not supposed to linger that long.
Maybe we should talk about Twilight now.
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing.
That's a thing.
Okay. So we have the overview now, even though it was 15 minutes ago.
Yikes.
I have some things to say.
Okay.
So, the first part of this chapter, she wakes up and she, for a second, like, can't remember where she is. And the note that I wrote on this whole... It's, like, too long of a description, first of all. And secondly, it's not believable. The note that I wrote is, I don't believe you. So she says, like, it took me longer than it should have to realize where I was. It also takes you longer than it should have to describe that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The room was too bland to belong anywhere but in a hotel. The bedside lamps bolted to the tables were a dead giveaway. No.
I've never seen a lamp bolted to a table.
Me either. And also, we'll get to this later, but I think it's in the next chapter, there's just like an envelope like hanging out in this hotel room, and I just don't believe you. I just don't believe you. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't... maybe that's not important, but it's just like... everywhere else we're going for like somewhat realism.
Yeah. This just felt so much like a filler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's almost like someone was like, okay, here you need to write an 1,000-word essay. Fill it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
F me up.
And so she describes like the fucking wallpaper and the drapes for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I was sort of confused initially because she was talking about how she got from the car to the hotel after she already mentioned the hotel, and I was like, what the hell is going on right here? And I thought she had like just like casually slid into a car, and then like she was sort of just like going through the motions because I thought that's how like sad or depressed she was. But no, she's actually still in the hotel. She's just describing the drive. But there's a time where she says that she leans over on Alice, and she says that she has a granite neck.
Yeah.
And I started wheezing for a little bit because
finds it comforting.
Yeah, I was just like, that's an insult. Your neck feels like granite. Like,
I also have
You're
a
like
note about
sleeping
that.
on a counter.
Somehow, during the long night, my head had ended up against her granite neck. My closeness didn't seem to bother her at all, and her cool, hard skin was oddly comforting to me. Bitch, what? The front of her thin cotton shirt was cold, damp with the tears that streamed from my eyes until, red and sore, they ran dry.
that irritated me too.
That's just, like, I'm kind of, honestly, a little confused about why she's crying, because she started crying when she left Charlie's house, presumably because she felt bad. sorry, I just plugged this in more, and that will probably work now. But
Yep, that makes sense.
yeah. My other thought, this is like relatively random.
Yeah.
My note on this section was, I wonder if vampires can cry.
Cry blood.
I don't know, just a random thought. And like this chapter is quite boring compared to some of the other ones, and we're finally getting to like the meat, like the actual climax of the story.
Yeah.
But
She's making us work for it.
she's making us work for it, and so my mind wanders because the story is
Yeah.
just still getting there.
Yeah, it's pretty dry right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
Granite dry.
Also, this episode features my dog, Bodhi.
As most do.
Yeah, our king, the vocalist.
Today, when I picked him up from daycare, one of the people were like, it was like one of the guy's first weeks there or whatever, and he was like, I was sitting next to him today and he started wailing. And I was like, yeah, it's the worst noise in the world, isn't it? And he's like, no, I didn't say that. And I said, I know, I did.
I'm saying it.
It's fucking loud.
The worker's just like, all right. I can see you have some anger.
I get my head out.
So I don't know which note to go on here.
We started from Granite Neck, if you want to.
Well, yeah. But okay, I'll go with my first one. So we get a little insight into how the venom actually works in this chapter. The venom itself doesn't kill. It kind of just puts the prey, whoever that may be or whatever that might be, in enough pain so they can't escape. Mm-hmm. And what eventually kills them is the blood loss. So I think that sheds good light on kind of everything. But it doesn't answer our question we asked a while ago of, like, how are they able to get the venom in there and not take blood out or whatever. But I think we covered that with people's, Instagram questions. But
I thought I got it. Like, they entered the venom to paralyze them, and then by the time they're like, yeah, feast time, they, while in the process of drinking their blood, they're also drinking out the venom since the venom is in their blood. And once they get like enough of the, like, because they said if you let the venom sit is when you turn into a vampire, but it takes like a couple of days for you to actually become one, which is why it never usually happens with the animals or anything like that. But since it is, I lost my train of thought. But since they're like sucking out the venom immediately after like inserting it, it's like that's how they die of blood loss rather than it being like in the, yeah. I'm just gonna stop.
I think what started that conversation is what happened with Bella and Edward, where he was trying to get the venom out of her blood. Mm-hmm. But we were like, wouldn't him just sinking his teeth into her put more venom in there?
Honestly, I'm still confused.
Well, that's what some people, I can't remember exactly what they said, but it's like they can keep venom from flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, someone did say that.
Something along those lines. They can keep that. And so when he saves Bella, like, he keeps the venom from flowing into her system and sucks the blood out. And almost sucks her dry. So
that would have been great.
Sucks her dry. That is disgusting.
Get your head out of the
Also,
gutter,
I said the word
Maya.
climax like 2 minutes ago, and I'm
Yeah.
not over it.
I was like, when you said that, I was like,
Not a good enough excuse, so use the word penetration.
stop.
All right, and that's been chapter 20.
Do you guys know what I'm referencing?
No.
No.
You said that's not a good use of the word that you just used.
Have you guys ever seen Pitch Perfect?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
tweaking.
saying? There's like a scene where she's like, we gotta do better, like we gotta penetrate the competition, and the girl just raises her hand. She's like, not a good enough excuse, use the word penetrate.
Fucking yikes.
So I feel like that
I think I really
could
remember
apply
from
to
Pitch.
climax.
The only thing I remember for Pitch Perfect is she was like, I hit my twin sister in the womb, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
And she just doesn't repeat.
All right, what else you guys got?
Okay.
There was one section where, again, my mind is like wandering quite a bit as I'm reading this chapter. This was actually, it was during this chapter where I had the revelation that the whole like Jasper being able to control Bella's emotions thing is a plot hole. And then later on that same page, 410, Bella... Wait, hold on. I'm lost. But at one point, Bella's talking about what she's wearing, I think. And...
Naturally.
I might be confused about what's in this chapter and what's not, but I think she's talking about the clothes that she's wearing that she swapped with
Esme,
and how they are ill-fitting, and for the amount of fucking detail we get about random things that don't matter, like the lamps, for example, I wish that I had gotten more information on how the clothes are ill-fitting, like where are they too big, where are they too small, so I can like help picture the difference between these characters.
Yeah.
But no.
Naturally.
You
want to hear about some lamps?
Not really.
I got
okay.
you. We're going to Bed Bath & Beyond right now. Oh, did you guys see the little thing where it hinted at Breaking Dawn, Loki?
No.
It literally just says, the night finally ended and dawn broke. And that's why I put little eyes by. I can't remember where that was at. But then, also, I wanted to make a note that, Forks Phoenix Bella is now just Forks Bella. When she said, but I felt no relief, no sense of homecoming. And I don't know. I really just feel like Stephanie should have just had her being in Phoenix be like the outlier, and her being back in Forks made her feel better because she doesn't act like she's from Phoenix at all, which we've already touched on. But like,
Phoenix Bella doesn't exist.
And I think that's like. So I also this week I watched. I don't remember what his like channel name is or what his name is, but this guy who like reviews books.
Yeah.
He was reading actually New Moon, but he was saying like he touched on the like pointlessly long descriptions and like bad character development and things like that, and it's making me like think about all these negative things about Twilight. I shouldn't have watched that video because like everything that he said I see so clearly, especially in chapters like this where like there's nothing juicy to distract me from the bad writing. But one of the things he said was that it seems like none of this was run by an editor. It was just like straight from her mouth to the public. And he was upset. He was like, this made money. This made so much money.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
But I think the fact that it was targeted to
Young
teenagers who like don't know the difference between good and bad writing. And two, this was juicy for 15-year-olds. You know what I mean?
So juicy.
I love yous after the first date.
Yeah. I love you, like forbidden love, like we're taught fucking Romeo and Juliet. Like that's the ultimate love story. And then this is like it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they fell in love back in the day because you had to get your cheeks, if you wanted to get married, you gotta like, well, if you want to get your cheeks clapped, you gotta get married. So they're like, I love you.
That's why they get married. Yeah, because they want to clap cheeks.
But can I do something else? That I picked when Bella is talking about how she isn't worth all the effort, which she isn't. She like lists off people. She's like, "What if you, Esme, Carlisle, Emmett, Edward?" It's like Jasper, you get hurt, and she just doesn't list Rosalie at all. I was like, that's effing savage.
It is.
And my thing is, I don't understand if that was intentional and we were supposed to notice something like that, or whether or not it was like intentional or a mistake. But like either way, I don't see how Bella can be mad at Rosalie for spitting facts. Like,
yeah. Another thing, and this will come up again in the next chapter also, is Bella's like so preoccupied with herself. And I know she's like hoping no one gets hurt, but she's saying like, I don't think I'm worth this, but she's also like low-key expecting certain things to happen at this point, so.
Yeah.
And then I also
Hold
really...
on, can you pause for a second?
I was in the middle of a thought, but I remember what it was.
So fun fact, Maya hates me now.
No. Why? What was the thing that we were just talking about?
Before we stopped?
No. Right, like 2 seconds ago. I already forget. I'm sorry.
The fan fiction I was thinking about?
Oh, yeah.
Let us know if you want us to rewrite it. I think I'm developing speech impediments as I get older. It's fine. I'm fine. Let us know if you want us to rewrite Twilight, but Bella is played by Cardi B.
That is Anna's idea.
I really wanted to... We're already going right now, right?
We're recording, yeah.
Oh. Well, I wanted to show you guys my favorite video of somebody laughing.
Okay, later.
Yeah, it's pulled up.
The thing that I was about to say right before we paused was that I think Alice is definitely the best friend and companion to Bella, and she doesn't seem super, like, grateful for that ever. But,
Bella?
Yeah.
I noted that as well.
Alice is a good person.
Yeah, I really like Alice.
Oh, can I tell you one of her quotes
Mm-hmm.
that I liked the most? It was when, oh crap, I never said it. It was when Bella was going off that tangent about her not being worth it, but then Alice said, "Do you think any of us want to look into his, talking about Edward's eyes, for the next 100 years if he loses you?" And I was just like, that's sort of sweet, but like, I never
Right.
thought of it that way.
Well, I think it puts into perspective for Bella, like, their motivation for doing this. Because up until this point, she's like, well, it's his family. Like, he asked them to do this, so they're taking care of me. And she feels guilty about that. But Alice is like, no. Like, this is my brother's happiness on the line. Like, your survival is key to that. And we've already seen him go a century without that kind of love. Like, we don't want to watch him lose that and then live without it forever. You know?
Because Bella's it for him.
Which,
Well, I have questions about
beyond
that
me.
because it's like, also, we're not really to this point, but Edward he hasn't brought up, like, oh, you should become a vampire so we can be together forever. So, and from what he says to Alice about, like, hey, don't tell her how vampires are created, it seems like he doesn't want that already, and obviously he doesn't, and we get to that later, but in this, even here, there are, like, hints that he doesn't want that, but everyone's saying, like, we wouldn't be able to stand him because he wouldn't be able to stand losing you, but he's going to lose her if she doesn't become a vampire. So that's interesting that they're setting that up.
well, I think that, I don't know, this is me assuming Edward's, mind, just because of what happens in New Moon, is when he thinks that she's died, he's going to off himself, So I would assume that after she would die of old age, that would kind of be his next steps. And I think that's what everyone's afraid of. And I think that's why ultimately they do support Bella in her decision to become a vampire. Because, at the end of New Moon, when she comes to them, like, this isn't his decision to make, it's mine.
I don't remember that at all, but
I remember
Yeah,
that.
it's at I don't know, I can't remember the book, but it's at the end of the movie. She, like, goes to the Cullen family, and she's like, you know what I want, and I'm not going to settle for anything less, so we're going to vote. And, yeah, vote. And the only people who vote against it are
Rosalie and Edward.
Of course. Yeah. So, I forget where I started with that, but
We were talking about Edward and Alice and, like, them saying that they were doing it for the family and for him, and so they would see him eat himself so quick.
well, yeah, no, I mean, ultimately, I just agree. I really like that quote because it's not just because, oh, you're my brother's girlfriend. It's because, like, we genuinely care about his happiness.
Yeah, and because you are his happiness, we have to,
Yeah.
like, help him, like, attain it or keep it.
Right.
And then, but right after that, when I said Alice is one of the nicest Collins outside of Carlisle, but
I think it's really, my two favorite characters in this book, I think, are those two.
Yeah.
I like Emmett with the sideways turned hat.
I think for me, it really does go like Carlisle, Alice, Esme, Emmett, Edward, Rosalie.
You like Emmett? He and Rosalie are just, like, completely throwaway characters to me, pretty
They
much.
are.
And Esme as well.
But, I mean, he provides kind of a lightness to everything. Like,
Yeah, he's funny, I guess.
in Twilight, everything's the end of the world. You know what I mean?
Except Emmett.
Except Emmett. Like,
Being a monkey man.
being Monkey
Gross.
Man. Yeah. It's Victoria's after them. Or Bella's now becoming a vampire and Edward's life's over because of it. But, like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna fight her. Or, like, he's like, I'm gonna arm wrestle her. He always brings just, like, something different to the
Yeah.
table.
Sort of
Rather
like
than
a-
just, like, despair.
yeah, goofy positive vibe.
Yeah.
Not intentionally goofy, but just goofy in himself.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like each of the couples should be combined into one character.
all the couples?
Except for Edward and Bella.
Really?
Because they're, like, the main driving point. You guys are looking at me like this is a radical idea, but with the exception of Rosalie and Emmett, all the other characters are the same character with 2 different bodies, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've said this before, too. I wish she developed all the characters more.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind there being that many if they had better backstories, if they had more participation, you know, all of that. But I think the purpose for having all of them is to just kind of put Edward in that outcast position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, he truly is, like, the lone wolf in the pack.
Yeah,
Not
if you
to
like
use-
character backstories, you'd love anime.
What?
I said if you like characters and their backstories, you'd love anime.
So...
It's got anyway without getting anyway.
Anyway. No, she fucking put this sweatshirt on today before I saw the front of it, and I was like, that looks really soft, and I like the color, and then she lifts it up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
leave. Tyra's wearing one of her anime sweatshirts, and I can't.
It's My Hero Academia. If you're hip, let me know. I'll Venmo you $1.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm broke. The first 2 people who like can tell me like 5 of the main characters.
Prove that you love this show, too.
Yeah, and their backstories. So I'll Venmo you $1.
And a cookie.
Yeah, not a cookie. We're not there yet. Maybe if you went to our Patreon and, you know, did one of our little tiers, and then maybe you can get a cookie as well. A cookie
You know
and
what?
$1.
I would straight up send someone some home baked goods
Yeah.
from Patreon.
Okay, Anna can throw down as far as baking, so
low-key.
like, don't even.
I was telling Tyree today. So, usually for our workplace, every holiday I like to make little goodie bags for everybody. Just because I enjoy baking in my off time, and it's a nice little morale
Yeah, you might want to cry after she
tiny
tells you what
booster.
it is.
I'm not making one for Halloween this weekend.
I'm heartbroken.
I know. I said I'm sad, and then she explained what she was
doesn't
doing.
care.
Oh, okay.
Kidding.
I, though, for your birthday, Anna was unfortunately really sick on her birthday and couldn't... I try to make a big deal for everyone's birthday at work, just because, you know, you gotta brighten it somehow.
Yeah.
Because we're always there.
And so one of the things that I brought in that I was hoping that we could, like, play with at work were, like, those, like, shitty plastic vampire teeth. Mm-hmm. And they're still in the office, I believe, so we have those at least.
Okay.
And also, I don't know if I've told you this. I know you know, because he sent it to you too, but Paul said that he found his vampire fangs, and we've been talking about how we're actually going to dress up as vampires for Halloween, so get ready for that.
Nope.
Hell yeah. I'm going to go get some Pillsbury cookies with little Halloween jack-o'-lanterns on them and bring them in. They're not going to be cooked, but I'm going to bring them in.
Do you want to hear what I was going to do?
Yes.
It's depressing.
I was so excited too, but then like all this shit with you know what happened, and I was like, I don't have any time. So I was gonna make this 4-layer cake, and each layer was gonna be a different color. So black, and then green, and then purple and orange. And I was gonna do all black buttercream icing, and just ice it off really nice. And then I was gonna melt some marshmallows in the microwave, and then take gloves and just like dip my hand in and like put them together and stretch them so it makes like spider webs. And just stretch it across the cake a bunch of times so it looks like cobwebs. And I was gonna go to the dollar store and get like the little tiny spider stuff and put it everywhere, and it was gonna be super cute.
That would be really cute, but
I was really excited to do
Candy
it.
marshmallows.
Yeah, that's fine, but I wasn't going to say that. Well, I was going to say...
You can't eat marshmallows?
I can eat marshmallows, I just don't eat marshmallows.
They have like pig stuff in it.
You have what?
Pig. Pork.
It's marshmallows are whipped animal fat.
Oh, yeah,
Fun
yeah.
fact. But what I was going to say is last weekend I got embarrassingly drunk at local cantina.
Hell yeah, I fucking love that place.
Boy, that was an accident. And I was at the one in Gehenna that's really close to an ice cream shop, Cold Stone, and they had black ice cream and black waffle cones, so obviously I got that, and then 2 days later, my poop was straight. It was very colorful.
What? You said that in the song, Do You Believe in Life After Love?
Oh my god.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I just wanted to let you know that, like, we forget, and then every year I'm reminded that food coloring is no joke.
Bro.
Black food coloring?
That's out of pocket.
Straight up.
Yeah. So that's just a fun fact for you.
You usually only get like red, yellow, like blue, and green, and you get like a 4-pack of the coloring. I've never seen black.
Really?
Mm-mm.
You have to buy them like individually.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work.
It is.
Yeah, I only get the main colors. I like literally get like the red, yellow, blue, and then they'll have like green.
To mix your own.
Yeah,
Just squirt all them hoes in there to make black.
Probably would be black.
it would make brown, like dookie brown.
Yeah, it'd be real fucking ugly.
Well, to be fair, black food coloring is like kind of blue, really. It's just really dark blue.
I've never seen like a true black food coloring.
I mean, we could just put ink in it. You can mix it in the
Even
kitchen.
I've seen people do like squid ink, and even that it's like gray, dark gray at the best.
Yeah.
Anyway, that really has nothing to do with this. But did we talk about how the only thing I think left worth talking about, in my opinion, in this chapter is the fact that there's like this major plot development of like the fact that James is going to end up at this dance studio
Yeah.
where Bella used to go, and she recognizes it from Alice's. I don't know if you said that already. You probably did, but I missed it.
Yeah. I think they did a better job of like putting that idea together in the movie than they did in the book. Because in the book, Bella's like, they describe it a bunch of times, and then they say one more thing, and then she's like, I mean, it could be a dance studio. Could be the one I went to. I don't know.
Yeah.
They probably all look the same. But then in like the movie, they do, as soon as Alice has the vision, she starts sketching it, and she sketches it in detail. And Bella's instantly like,
I know that
oh,
place.
I know that place. I think that's like a better way than just sitting around farting around like, I don't know, could be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, and then like I
That's
hate
so Bella.
I hate it when
so
Alice
Bella.
is just like, she's like, would you have any reason to go back there, this, that, and the third? I'm like, okay. I was like, she's seeing the future, which I feel like she should understand that there are like different
are gonna come
outliers.
up.
Yeah, as to why she would go.
Yeah, I need my ballet shoes, ho.
Yeah, so like why would that be popping up in her vision? Like after that point, when like Bella recognized where that was at and knew what that was, that should have been like, oh well, we can't let you effing leave now. Like we have to like watch you because there's gonna be a time where you're gonna probably end up going there, and that's why I'm seeing it.
Yeah. So I actually have 2 more notes for this chapter. They're really stupid and really small. But on page 414, nope, just kidding, 418. It's once Carlisle and Edward actually call, and Bella gets to speak to Edward, and you know she loses her shit. And Bella says, I miss you. And he says, I know, Bella, believe me, I know. It's like you've taken half myself away with you. And she says, come and get it then.
Come and get this.
Does that feel inappropriate to anyone else?
It does.
Yeah.
Like, saying that another way, I would feel like more like, then, you know, come.
Please come. I
please
really
come.
need.
Yeah.
Like I would feel so much better if we
Yeah.
were together.
Come be with me.
Yeah.
Rather than come get it then.
Yeah, and
That
it
sounds-
also it says come get it and get it then I challenge.
Challenge, yeah. So it sounds like almost playful in this very inappropriate setting.
Yeah.
I thought it sounded sexual.
I did too.
Sexual.
Yeah, like when you're flirting with someone and
Orgasm.
you're just like, come get it then. What'd you say?
I said orgasm. We start singing sexual eruption.
You're canceled.
All the time, anytime.
All right, so that didn't like that. And then on 421, she keeps describing like Alice and Jasper as like unmoving, and they're like they don't feel the need to do anything. And then she actually says, Bella does, immortality must grant endless patience. And like you said, as your mind was wandering in this chapter, that was like one of the things my mind kept going to, is like she keeps describing Alice and Jasper as doing nothing, and then I'm like, in the amount of years that you live, like there's not always something to do. So they must have grown used to this feeling of just like boredom.
Yeah.
To the point where it's probably almost like a zen for them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but also, I know they left in a rush or something in this particular circumstance, but if I think about if I were immortal, all the books I could read, all the places I could go, I could watch every movie.
Yeah.
And they're just like,
That's so chilling.
happy to sit here and watch commercials.
Right.
Can you imagine like being immortal and then just like, and you like you've been alive for a long time and then reading every book that has ever like been, and you're just like, I literally have nothing else to effing read.
Yeah.
That's a scary thought to me.
Then you start writing.
Yeah.
True. You'd be a bomb author.
Okay.
I feel like all the rest of the notes, like pretty much everything I wrote down for this chapter is just like not even worth
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, I'm sorry. This was not the most interesting chapter.
And warning, next week's going to be very similar.
Yeah, 20 and 21 could have been combined.
Yes, completely. We could use less description about the rooms.
And more action.
Yeah. But you got some interesting dialogue out of it, so...
And at least days are finally passing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true. It's like 3 days, isn't it?
something
Yeah, I
like that.
think
And
so.
also, like, Charlie really hasn't, like,
Checked in
followed
her
up.
Well, Bella also hasn't mentioned... Does she have her phone?
I don't think so. Does she have a phone?
Does she? Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
good...
think so.
I don't think so either. I don't know. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's that. Happy chapter 20, guys.
And happy Halloween.
Yeah, I guess this is going to come out. Next week's episode is going to come out the day after Halloween. So I guess this is the time to say it. Happy spooky season.
Halloween. Happy Halloween. 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 Halloween.
So are we doing anything for Halloween?
What do you mean? Of course we are.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are going to be Twilight characters, right?
You guys.
I told you, I'm just showing up in my bonnet.
Well, catch me at work in full head-to-toe vampire outfit, so...
If you don't wear a khaki skirt, I quit.
All
You
right.
see, the last time I dressed up for Halloween, that no one else wanted to participate, so I'm not doing it again.
When was that?
Last
She
year.
dressed up last
I
year.
don't remember.
Yeah.
She took it off pretty much as soon as she came in.
Yeah.
What do you wear?
I had on a cape, I had on my crazy
Fuzzy
hat, and then I had on,
The hat that
old-
needed a hairnet?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had on like an old cheerleading uniform.
Mm.
With, I think I had leggings too because it was cold as dick outside.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold again. But I don't know, if I get myself a pair of fangs, I think that's pretty much good enough.
So I'm running to Hot Topic tomorrow,
Okay.
and I'm going to. So I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. It's gonna be like Hot Topic. Gonna go get some yeets. Maybe I'll come back with ears,
What do you mean, ears?
like werewolf ears.
don't
Get a
like that.
snout.
Don't like that at all. Nope.
Just come with a furry costume.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm just gonna show up like Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's better than just wearing some fucking random furry ears.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear furry ears.
Please don't.
Yeah.
You gotta put the bonnet on and the ears on top.
I mean, or
That will also require a
I
helmet.
could wear that shirt that I had that has the ears on it because I got that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fit right.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I just gotta lose some weight. Get into it.
No.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I told you. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
I told you. Alright,
But we were talking about when you order stuff from China,
It's never...
their sizes are like 14 times smaller than what you expect them to be.
But everything else fit right.
That's so weird.
Yeah, everything else was literally.
Is
how I
it
ordered
because
it.
it's like supposed to be like a crop thing, maybe?
I don't know, because like I got it when I saw it, I was looking at it, I looked at the reviews, and it said whether or not it ran small, whether it didn't. It said it did. So I got a 2XL. And it still came like that. So I was just like, but that was also a shirt that was supposed to come a while ago, and then it didn't. So I think it may have been something that the guy like sort of just sent last minute and was like, here you go.
Not actually the right size.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm like totally cool. It doesn't matter. Have a goal. Gonna get to it. Have these big A sweatshirts. Even though this one's pretty lit. I just don't like how this feels. It feels like it's gonna come off.
I'm tired.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
No, seriously, thank you. Are you eating popcorn kernels right now? Oh! Did you just break your fucking tooth?
No.
What was that?
That was a kernel.
All right, well, you're uninvited from the rest of the podcast.
Yeah. And on that super happy note, peace.
Love.
All right, Twilight, I guess.
Goodbye.
Bye.